Okay, now we're back with Vechain, currently sitting at 0.026. You can see here that we've actually bounced off this level here at 0.024, which is good news. It looks like we could be headed back up to this level right here, which will be about the 3 cents, which would be really nice going into August. It might take a little bit longer. We might be looking at that more the first couple of weeks in August. It depends how aggressively we come back up. If we had breached this level, then the next level I would be looking at is the 0.022. But at the moment we've bounced, so it looks like we're going in the right direction. I also wanted to direct you over to the weekly chart because I do find this interesting. When in doubt, zoom out, as they say. And this is very similar to the Bitcoin weekly chart. And I did actually speak about this in the Bitcoin video, so I will be repeating myself. But for those of you who haven't seen this, I've drawn this line here, which is at the 0.22. And you can see that we've actually spent the last 6 weeks here with this being our level of support. So what's interesting about this is that back in the back end of 2020, going into 2021, it was 5 weeks of support that we found here. Now, as this is all about market structure, what I'm thinking is, could this be a piece of market structure that we needed to rebuild and a level that we needed to retest in order for us to have the foundation to come back up and springboard up and go back to all-time high? I do think VeChain will see the all-time high sooner than what people think, and I do think it will reach the dollar mark sooner than what people think. Not financial advice, of course, just my humble opinion. I know a lot of people got bored and frustrated with VeChain, but it's really taken the time to do things properly. It's taken the time to build a strong foundation and get things right and walk before it can run, similar to Cardano, actually. And ultimately, these are the projects that are going to win out in the end, in my opinion. I think VeChain is definitely going to surprise a lot of people, and the fact that it's taken its time to get things right is one of the reasons why it's been able to land the partnerships that it has so far. And speaking of partnerships, I did want to circle back to this article from PR Newswire, which talks about VeChain's recent link up with Supply Me Capital. Supply Me is written as Supply at Me. And I think this was announced a couple of weeks after the UFC deal, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to read a little bit from this article for anyone who doesn't know much about this development yet. It says that Supply Me, the fintech company behind the unique inventory monetization platform, announced the signing of a strategic alliance with VeChain. The outcome will be the first of its kind Web3 inventory monetization system that utilizes blockchain, stablecoin, and NFT technology to help creditworthy businesses raise value from their inventories and provide companies with entirely new kinds of economic services. So apparently in this article, phase one is already underway and there are some results due by the end of July. So maybe we'll get a nice update from the VeChain guys on that. It says the goal is to develop a proof of concept platform able to generate and deliver a blockchain transaction to an Italian company from Supply Me's client portfolio via the VeChain for public blockchain. Now, doesn't say who this Italian company is, but we will probably get more details on this moving forward. It goes on to say, following phase one, the project will move to phase two and the development of a full inventory monetization platform by December 2022. It will also complete a full roadmap of Web3 features, including the issuance of non-fungible tokens that represent digital ownership of physical items. So this I find quite interesting because, like a lot of people, I'm not completely sold on NFTs, but the concept of NFTs being used in for real world things such as the ownership of art, the ownership of property even, I do find quite interesting. Anyone who's ever bought a property in the UK knows how long-winded and all the nonsense that goes with it. So if NFTs can somehow help streamline these kind of processes in the real world, then this is something that's pretty interesting to me. And yeah, this is an interesting link up. I think it will be good if we could get an update on it coming back in at the back end of July. And yeah, I mean, this is an example of, one of many uh, projects that Vechain are going to link up in the coming months. And I think that it's an example of how over the coming years, blockchain technology is going to cross over into the mainstream more and more until it just becomes commonplace. So yeah, in my book, VeChain's pretty much leading the way with this kind of thing right now. This project sounds interesting. I can't wait to hear more. I'll definitely keep my eyes open for more details, and I will update my channel accordingly and try to keep you guys informed. If you like this video, do hit subscribe, and I will see you soon. Cheers.